in any college football season. Ranked team, opponent, and we'll see if the upset rankings in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run it from the gun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run.
Turning it on! They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt. They want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Give to the back. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2. Trying to pick up a first down. Catch on 3rd down. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Here's the pressure. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards so fast, outrun fast guys. It's just really hard to stop in today's football.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Taylor. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week. And nice job by the defense. Understanding second and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the third down and short.
The Dogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Davis will throw. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The ball is going to be downed at the 35. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now,
breaks into the open. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
So now it's second and long. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Got the quick pass. Got enough space. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. Throws to the back. Snagged in the middle. It's Overton. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
And now on second down for this offense. Davis looking to pass. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's got it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the second quarter. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll try the run. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Meadows. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. New set of downs after the completion. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Russell. The quick out. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Finds a little space. There he goes. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Bringing the heat. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand it's third down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this first down. Nice job coming up, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Gets the back moving. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Davis will throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Right on the money. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you.
Wide run to the right. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Keeps looking downfield. Hit as he throws. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket and starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
This time he's got his man. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
That's caught. It's Young. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
With the catch, it's Adams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Caught near the sticks, it's Singleton. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Alabama pushing the tempo. That's caught. It's Edwards. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a way to get the ball back for his offense.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red zone, these windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You got to be so much...
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting... Back to pass, it's Russell. Under fire. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll immediately call timeout. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This one will be a 43-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And that will extend their lead even further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind every possession.
Oh, he's got some space. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And the Dogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll move the wide receiver. He might want another play. Davis looking to pass. Fakes to grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, deep down the right side.
This quarterback, man, is scary fast. I think sometimes he's too fast. I think on a play like that, sometimes when you're on the run, you just want to sort of settle yourself a little bit, get your feet under you so you can make a more accurate throw.
Gonna look downfield again. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
The third down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another third down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
Takes it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Leaves it with the running back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Makes a catch at the 10. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Overton. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Here comes that Alabama offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down.
get another look at this Bulldog offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
It's in, complete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want to.
Turning it on! He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Might be changing the route. Davis will throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Bulldogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Touchdown, Georgia! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to get back in this ball game.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
He's going to take off. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
That's a really nice play on second down. I love the quarterback's read. I love that he kept it. Good offensive coordinators across college football, they have no problem repeating the same play over and over again.
They've got the play, bottle up, fumble, it's out. And the defense got it. They dragged him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin. And you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. 2nd down, down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away, because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football and just got rid of it, and that's the #1 thing. Avoid disaster here. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely center cut. Down to a 1-possession game, 24-17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big CUSA matchup for you. Middle Tennessee is going to enjoy the trip back to Murfreesboro after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Floyd Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in Conference USA, and that certainly held true again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. From the gun, the ground game. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Meadows. They'll make the... About a yard short of the 1st down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Off the RPO. Throw to the right, looking for the first. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on fourth down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Extending the play. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right and then make a big play for this defense.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Here's an interception. Oh, do they need that turnover? And they'll get him down after a solid return.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock. Try to win? No, sir. Our ball, first down.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. He breaks a tackle. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because he gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's the handoff. And into the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds, close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness.
Scores on the sneak.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the 4th quarter. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are, that's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Trying play action. Looking deep. Reels it in down the left side. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Breaks into the open. Running inside the 20. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country running the football right now, and I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball, let him go to work.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Pushes ahead. Not finding any running room, and I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Late in the game, as a coach, you're trying to find something that will work, and how about the big fella, the tight end, comes up huge. You needed a play, you found him, and he delivered.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. Davis looking to pass. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Lets it go. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Looking to throw on 1st down. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Davis will throw. Dumps it to the back. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on second down. Spits it out to the back. Back's looking for the goal line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And this is the chance for this offense. A first and goal, fourth quarter, trying to tie the game up. Quarterback sneaks ahead. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
They'll try it again from the 1 on second and goal. Trying to power it in. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense as he's knocked down immediately. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. If they can pay off this third and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on third and goal. Going for 6. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Rushes on him. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Georgia.
This could have the earmarks of a wasted drive if they don't come up with something on second down from the 13. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. It's Singleton. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll try to run for it. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting third down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job.
Touchdown, Alabama! They strike first in overtime.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Quick completion to the right. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. First and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Davis looking to pass. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, theirs being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Now first down here in the second overtime. From the gun, the running back has it. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top. Here's a hit. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Davis will throw. Got his man on the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's got it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
A short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Third and goal as they try to punch it in from the doorstep here in overtime. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. Looking for a touchdown to take the lead in overtime here on third and goal. They'll run the sneak for it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, what a great job by the defense. You know, on short yardage situations like this, they can run the QB sneak. You're diving, getting as many bodies around the quarterback as you can, and it's just gravy when you can force a fumble and recover in that type of situation.
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. Line getting set on second down. Looking downfield, it's Mack. Oh, they're after him. Defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway is the exclamation point, the game saver for the win. The defense dialed up the pressure, and they hit the quarterback, and that led to the pick.
No doubt about it, Reese. Pressure affects a quarterback's accuracy. He just was not able to set his feet on that throw. The ball got away from him a little bit. And, of course, that led to the interception.
And now it's all two-point conversion attempts from here on out. Off play action. Pressure coming. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous execution to get the 2, and now they turn up the heat. So now they'll need to answer to keep this game alive. He'll set up to throw. They are denied. The two-point try is stopped. And a game-winning play by this defense in overtime.